Hey everyone, Cornapinoy X here once again, and whoa, there's a lot of information coming up from Capcom as of right now regarding the upcoming expansion of Sunbreak for Monster Hunter Rise. Now, they're doing the latest videos for all of the 14 weapon types and what new attack moves they have coming up for those weapon types. However, today I don't really want to focus on that. Instead, today, we will be exploring the inspiration behind the designs of the 3 latest monsters revealed for Sunbreak. Similar to my previous video, which I'll put a link in the description below for you to check out, we'll be looking into folklore and mythology which Capcom may have used in order to design the monsters or bring them back into Sunbreak if they are returning monsters. Now, first off, we'll be looking into the Aurora Somnikant, the subspecies of the new Leviathan introduced in Rise. The original Somnikant took aspects of both Western and Japanese folklore, with the Somnikant taking inspiration from both Western and Japanese interpretations of the mermaid, or Ningyo in Japan. The Aurora Somnikant, on the other hand, is heavily inspired by modern-day interpretations of ghosts, specifically one known as the White Lady. Many folk tales of the White Lady can be found across the world, but one specific type may have been used for the Aurora Somnikant as a means of visualizing its voice, which is the Banshee. Banshees are ghosts found in Irish folklore, known for their haunting shrieks and wails, which is said to herald the death of a family member. In combination to the Banshee's death wail, the Aurora Somnikant also demonstrates powerful ice abilities, which may be tied to a Japanese form of White Lady, which is the Yuki-onna, a form of White Lady known to haunt snow-coated regions. The Yuki-onna's inhuman appearance can cause terror to those who get lost in snowy terrain and are also believed to cause snowstorms themselves, similar in nature to how the Aurora Somnikant's ability to command ice and snow is demonstrated in Sunbreak. Up next, we have the Magma Almadron, the subspecies of Almadron in Sunbreak. This monster actually took me more time to explore, as the original concept for the standard Almadron is a mixture between traditional Chinese dragon designs combined with the Japanese yokai known as the Dorotabo, a humanoid mud spirit. With that being said, thanks to the comment of Prehistoric Fanboy 101, we may have the inspiration for Magma Almadron's overall design. According to their comment, it's possible that Capcom used the mythological salamander as potential inspiration for Magma Almadron's fiery appearance. These salamanders are believed to have the power to conjure fire from their bodies and bend them to their will. Others believe that salamanders may actually be spirits, which would fit the theme of Sunbreak, focusing on Western yokais as the director puts it. With salamanders being part of the inspiration for Magma Almadron's anatomy, another type of folklore may have inspired the monster's magma abilities. With magma being the specific form of power this Leviathan has, it's possible that Magma Almadron may have been inspired by a humanoid creature in certain mythology. In this case, it may be inspired by a creature known as the Cherufe, a creature which originates from Mapuche folklore and mythology. Similar to Magma Almadron, the Cherufe are known to have powers of magma and lava, and are even known to cause volcanic eruptions, which could be tied to how Magma Almadron is capable of swimming underground in order to cause those massive destructive eruptions by churning the molten elements underground, similar to how the Cherufe is portrayed in Mapuche mythology. Moving on, we have the Seregios, the flagship of Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, returning in Sunbreak. Now, this one was definitely a challenge, but I did manage to find at least one mythological creature which could be connected to Seregios being brought back in the expansion, and that is the Roc, a legendary bird of prey in Arabian mythology. Now, the reason I make this connection is first and foremost, both creatures are known for swooping down on their prey in order to attack them. In the case of the Roc, this monster is a large bird of prey, therefore being capable of lifting something like an elephant. In the case of Seragios, however, this creature is known to prey upon large herbivore monsters like the Aptonaut, so that's one key characteristic that we can connect here. Another is their appearance. In the case of the Roc, it's usually portrayed as either a white bird, or in most case scenarios, it's a light tawny gold color, very similar to Seregios. And finally, both of these creatures are adaptive. They can go to any environment because of their unique anatomy. So those are the 3 main characteristics I've managed to connect between these 2 creatures and how Capcom may have used the Roc to bring back Seregios in Sunbreak. One other interesting factor is that The story collection in which the rock is most prominent in is known as the 1001 Nights. Funnily enough, the title of the Seragios in Monster Hunter is the Thousand Blade Wyvern, so that could be a pun on Seregios' title as to why Capcom may have used the rock as an inspiration for this monster and bringing it back with the expansion. Now those are currently the 3 new monsters Capcom covered in their latest digital event for Sunbreak. With that being said though, I do want to cover one more monster, and that is the Astalos. Previously, I focused on the power of this monster and connected it to Thor, the Nordic god of thunder and lightning. I didn't make any connection to physical appearances with any other creatures. After redoing my research, I actually found out what may well be the main inspiration for Astalos coming back in Sunbreak, and that is the Thunderbird of Native American legends. This is fascinating because the way Capcom portrays the Astalos in Sunbreak is strikingly similar to how most Native Americans would portray the Thunderbird in their totem poles. First and foremost, they're high up in the sky, and second of all, they have open wings. This is what we can see on Astalos' render art for Sunbreak, open wings very similar to the Thunderbird. Alongside this, the powers of the Thunderbird is very similar to Astalos, being able to conjure up thunder and lightning, and of course, the portrayal of physical strength. So overall, I do think that when it comes to Astalos, the Thunderbird is most likely the main inspiration for bringing back this monster within the expansion. And that, everyone, is currently all of the new monsters Capcom introduced for Sunbreak in their latest digital event, as well as what kind of inspiration Capcom may have used in order to create these monsters, change their characteristics if they're subspecies, or maybe even bring them back with the upcoming expansion if they're returning monsters. Now with all of that being said though, what do you think about Capcom's main inspirations for these monsters, and what do you think about their overall design within Sunbreak? Let us know in the comments below your overall thoughts and opinions regarding these new upcoming monsters within the upcoming expansion. And as always, if you enjoyed these videos, please consider hitting the like on the video itself and subscribing to the channel, as well as hitting that bell icon so you can go ahead and catch up on any other content that I might be doing in future. Until then, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Onward and upward.